Yo, what's good, you guys? It's your boy B Mahari here, represent MehariNation Sports Podcast. Salute to the entire LDBC. Salute to the greater basketball community. And I just wanted to come down here and give you guys my analysis of Zion Williamson's debut last night. You understand? The anticipated debut of this phenomenon rookie that I've been telling y'all for the past few months. And I'm telling you, he did not disappoint. Okay? He came into it was his first game of his NBA career, and he put on a unforgettable show. This reminds me a lot of when LeBron James debuted against the Sacramento Kings in his rookie year, too, and how he took over the game, showed his complete arsenal of skills, passing, athletic ability, you name it. And Zion Williamson was doing the same thing. Uh, he was fantastic in the second half. Particularly in that fourth quarter where he had a 4-minute stretch where he scored 17 straight points to finish the game with 22 points on 8 of 11 shooting. And the best part was he hit all 4 of his 3-point attempts. There were a lot of people that had some questions and were skeptical about, Zion's ability to shoot the ball because he only made about 24 threes in his 33 games as a freshman at Duke. But last night he put that all to bed by the way he was shooting the ball, and he was very proficient when he was given the minutes. Okay, now I really didn't like the fact that they took him out of the game. When he was basically rolling at that time. Understand me? Because when you got it going, you got to keep going to the wheel. And it wasn't like he was dominating athletically. He wasn't trying to get to the basket. Doing some awkward angles and movements that could jeopardize his health in a way. But what he did was he was basically using his basketball skills and his IQ to really illustrate how he's able to really control the flow of the game. And he did a phenomenal job setting the tempo of the game. You understand me? And I was really, really awe of not just his athletic ability, which is a given thing, but also based on how he was able to perform at that time there. He really did a good job of controlling the game, rebounding, playing defense, and pretty much proving what I've been saying over the past few months about what this kid can do when he gets his health right. Okay. So I was really impressed. I was really just said to myself, this is the Zion Williamson I was telling you guys about before when he was getting into the draft. Now that he's basically getting his legs together and stuff like that, and now that he's getting an opportunity to play now, you're going to see a lot more of these kind of things for throughout the rest of the season, barring how many games he plays. Now, I expect that Zion Williamson is going to be closely monitored throughout his whole remaining rookie year. And I'm going to be very interested to see how, Brandon Ingram and the Zion Williamson combination will work. Because Brandon Ingram's been having an all-star caliber season. Excuse me 1 second. There you go. So, the trade that sent Brandon Ingram to New Orleans might have been the one thing that kind of saved his career because he was not going anywhere in Los Angeles, especially when you're playing with LeBron James. We had to play third, the fourth, and fiddle on the team. It wasn't going to work out in the long run. So I'm glad that now that Brandon Ingram's playing in a different team, he's showing what he's capable of as the main guy. But now you add Zion Williamson into the mix, that his ability to play off the ball, his ability to, run the ball up the court, run the floor, pass, finish, and now can shoot and block shots, rebounded. I mean, I have never seen a player like this before since, I don't know, you have to go all the way back to Larry Johnson. But I think that Zion's probably more athletic than Larry Johnson was when he came into the NBA. Now, for a lot of you young cats who don't know who Larry Johnson is, Larry Johnson was around 6'7", right around the same frame of Zion Williamson, but a little bit more toned down. But Larry Johnson was a powerhouse. He could dunk the ball, he could run the floor, he could shoot the ball, and he could pass out of the post too. I think that Zion's a better defender than Johnson ever was. You understand me? And can block shots. I never seen Larry Johnson, block many shots. Even though I'll say that he can block shots, but he now doesn't. He's not a consistent shot blocker like Zion is. But also, you get to see him. You get to see Zion Williamson, dribble across the court, dribble the ball between his legs, do different things out there that you never ever seen out of a 6'7", 285 forward now. And if the Pelicans can play their cards right and build this team around both Ingram and Zion Williamson, I promise you, you're gonna see this Pelicans team has the potential of being one of the most exciting young teams and could possibly, barring what happens the next few years, challenge for one of the challenge in the playoffs. Okay. I don't think Alvin Gentry is going to be the right coach for them. I don't think that he'll be a good enough coach to, coach these young guys to get where they want to go. I hope a Mark Jackson or somebody like that can have an opportunity to coach these guys and bring him and basically put some discipline and structure to that team and put them a direction where they want to go, and that is to a championship. All right. Dead boxing game. What's going on, brother? He said, fly Pelicans. Zion is amazing. Agreed. He said, grandmama. Absolutely. Hey, Trick Nolte, what's going on? He said, what up, Mehari? Looks like Zion did okay for himself. I still have to see more from him. I gave him some flack only because he's from Duke. Bro, you've always been slacking on dudes, been on players from Duke, bro. There have been a lot of good Duke players in their history. Don't forget Grant Hill, Shane Battier, Jay Williams. Understand? And yes, I had to say Christian Laettner too, okay? And Johnny Dawkins, all right? So, I understand you don't like Duke, and I get it, bro. But you gotta let this go on Zion, my man. Zion is gonna has the potential of being probably the greatest talent in basketball history if he stays healthy. That's a big if. If he stays healthy, for the majority of his time in the NBA and can harness his craft, I'm telling you, we're going to see probably the most dominant specimens you'll ever see in the NBA. He's going to be probably more of he's probably going to be more of a Larry Johnson type player, but better. Okay, you understand? Because I remember Larry Johnson when he was in Charlotte. He could do a lot of this, almost the familiar things, but Zion could do it better than what Johnson did. So I feel right now the Pelicans need to continue to keep building around this team. Keep building around those two guys. Both Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson are going to be the key pieces for your team. You got to be able to find a way to build your talent around the team. I don't trust Lonzo Ball to save his life. Okay, Lonzo Ball's a scrub. He's a bust. So you got to get a better point guard. Okay, you got to get another shooting guard that can help space the floor there too. I wish they would have kept J.J. Redick, though. J.J. Redick would be perfect for this team right now. But the spacing he can provide for both Ingram and wait a minute. Actually, Redick plays for the Pelicans. I'm sorry, I should say. Let me check real quick. J.J. Redick. Yeah, my internet's going out of whack right now. So, okay. Well, whatever. I'll be able to figure it out. I think he is playing for the Pelicans, but I think he is, yeah. Chick Nolte says, I see some Stephanie Thompson and Zion with that shot of his, but we'll see. Bruh, Chick, get over yourself, man. Come on. Get over yourself. This is just one game. You understand? We agree. It is one game, but bruh, this guy is going to be a better overall player down the line. I promise you that, my man. I promise you. If he doesn't turn out to be what I expect him to be, I'll be back here on my channel and I will say I was wrong. But right now, I just don't see it to be the case. I'm sticking to my stance. I'm sticking to my stance that that Zion Williamson is going to be the superstar type of player that the Pelicans are going to expect him to be down the line, and I'd stick to my word on that. So, at the end of the day, though, man. At the end of the day, I hope that the Pelicans can at least allow him to play more minutes. As soon as they feel that his health is just at a perfect peak, they'll let him play basically his mandatory minutes. At least 25, 30 minutes a game. You understand me? And listen, I don't understand why they were concerned about him getting injured and all that. If he's ready to play, he's ready to play. He's ready to go. See, I'm from the old school. I'm from the old school to the fact that, hey, listen, if you're ready to play, you're ready to play. Like, there's no holding back or not, or just, oh, we got to monitor his health and all that stuff. No, if you're ready to play, you're ready to play. So I don't like the fact that the Pelicans medical staff say you got to sit him out the whole game. What? For what? He was literally, listen, do you understand that he had 17 points by himself in that fourth quarter and literally brought the Pelicans back basically from a losing deficit, but to possibly upsetting the San Antonio Spurs? So, listen, I'm telling you right now, expect more of this as his rookie year goes on. Trick Nolte says, I will give him time. One game is nothing but to go on. I'm all for that. Okay. Okay. If he wins rookie of the year, I want you back. You know what? I'll tell you what. When Zion Williamson wins rookie of the year, I promise you, I will give you a link and I'm gonna make you eat the crow. You understand, Trick Nolte? You understand me? 88 Sports Star said he was hitting those threes. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I like the fact how people were trying to shame Zion Williamson, saying, "Oh, this kid can't shoot. He can't do all that." Bruh, he put that to bed. This kid can really. This kid is going to have to improve his shooting stroke, but he can hit. But he can hit shots on a consistent basis. So let's calm down on the criticism of that, and can we stop talking about his size and his girth? Okay, I heard the ESPN and some of the commentators fat shaming Zion Williamson. That's not even right, bro. That's not even right. Listen, this guy is going to be, this guy is a different kind of player you've never seen before. Nothing you've ever seen in the history of basketball. So let's pump the brakes. Let's let him see his career progress, and then we'll make our analysis of that. Chicknote says, but he's a good kid. I know he is. I know. So I know he's a good kid. Although he's still got more room to improve, I think his ceiling could be way up there. He's not even at his peak yet. So let's see what player he becomes in his at least his third or fourth year in the league, barring injury. Okay, so that's just my opinion. That's just my analysis of what I see. But I'm gonna go more in depth about this tomorrow night, 9 p.m. Central Time on Basketball Conversations. Okay, so we're gonna get into a more of an in-depth conversation about some of the things that Zion Williamson at least needs to improve upon, and what are some strengths that he's going to utilize when he starts playing more games this year. Okay, so make sure to hit the like button, and also for all the new people, make sure to hit the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to get all the latest notifications when I go on live. I also have a PayPal link underneath the description box here too. Let me check real quick. Yep, I have a PayPal link underneath the description box there too, so you can donate any amount that is equivalent to the value of this channel. You know, any amount of money that you feel is going to go into the process of developing this channel and producing better content down the line. So all donations will be accepted, and it's basically risk free. All right, so that's just my opinion of what I saw from Zion Williamson last night. But we'll stay tuned more of this tomorrow night on Basketball Conversations as we go in more in depth about what I saw from Zion Williamson. So salute to Zion Williamson. Impressive debut. You understand me? He proved all the hype and all the expectations coming in when he was drafted into the NBA. And now we'll see what happens from here. 88 Sports Star says his best attribute is how he outworks his opponent. I believe so too. And the last thing I'm going to say before I get out of here. This kid works as hard as any other player I've ever seen. For a guy of his size, hustling for rebounds, loose balls, and basically leading the fast break, making passes, not just average passes, but basically on-point bounce passes for guys they could just go up and score without even handling the dribble. Andre says, my boy Zion was begging the coach to stay in the game, and he said he could for the win, and he could win it for them. I agree. I absolutely do agree 100%. I'm telling you, if Zion Williamson stays healthy and can complement Ben and also continues to develop well with Brandon Ingram too, we could have a possible 1-2 combination punch right now that could be big trouble for a lot of the teams in the Western Conference. Barring how the New Orleans Pelicans develops the team and develops around the talents of those two key figures. You got to keep those two guys happy. You got to be able to figure out what kind of skill set, what kind of players can we bring in to really help those guys, improve on the basketball court. Because right now, I can tell you, Brandon Ingram, it says that we have seen nothing yet. And what he means is there's still more to come from this rookie. So stay tuned for that, though, guys, because the best is yet to come from Zion Williamson. But impressive performance by the young kid, and hopefully he stays healthy for the majority of the year and basically shows everybody that I am the new dominant player in the NBA, and I can't wait for him to match up with Giannis, LeBron James, uh, Kevin Durant. Woo! There are going to be some great matchups against Zion Williamson. I cannot wait. So put on your seatbelts, guys. Strap up because we're about to see a dominant specimen at work. So this is Abil Mehari, representing MehariNation Sports Podcast. Salute to the entire LDBC. I'll be here later on tonight for another live stream, though, too. So stay tuned for that. Don't miss Basketball Conversations tomorrow night. It's on every Friday nights, 9 p.m. Central Time, right here on this channel. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you later on tonight.